You know, I thought that the Kim Possible cartoon that aired on Disney Channel was fairly decent. The animation was pretty cool, the premise was pretty cool, all the characters were likable, and each episode was pretty charming. And so modern Disney Channel decided to take advantage of that. So if you don't know, Disney Channel likes to differentiate from other networks by having original movies, while other kids networks, even though Cartoon Network does the same, and I think Nickelodeon does, I'm not sure. But yeah, they have one like pretty much every year, and all of them are very, very terrible, and there has yet to be an actual good Disney Channel movie to come out. So then they decided, you know what? Instead of just trying to decide on an original idea, let's take something that used to be good and then butcher it in a live action movie. And then everybody else was like, you know what, that's a pretty good idea, let's do that. And so now Nickelodeon is taking notes from Disney right now. But yeah, so they decided to make a Kim Possible movie to air on Disney Channel as a Disney Channel original movie. And the reactions of pretty much everyone was to be expected, and yeah, the movie was, spoiler alert, not good at all. So without any time to waste, because think about it, just talking about this movie is wasting my time, let's begin with Kim Possible's character. So in the show, Kim Possible, yeah, she liked to overachieve and do things, however, she was pretty chill about it. She was just an alright, chill, not at all geeky, just laid back character. In this movie, she is an all geeky, wanna do everything, smart, straight A's in every class. Oh my god, I can't wait to try out for cheerleading, even though in the movie she tried out for soccer. I don't know, the soccer things is weird. I guess it's because she's flexible, and they were like, hey, soccer requires flexibility. I have no clue. And yes, the soccer scene is really cringy. So yeah, they completely ruined Kim Possible's character. However, not only do they ruin her character, but we don't really get to see any of her in this movie. I'll talk about that later. So now, budget, and I go easy on budgets on, you know, kid TV show movies, because it's a kid TV show movie. They're not going to get a huge budget to make one. It's not like they're going to air in theaters and win an Oscar for movie of the year or anything, so I can understand that. However, when your budget sucks, it's important to not try to show off your special effects, because, you know, they kind of suck. Kim Possible, they don't really go by this rule, and all of their effects are really obviously terrible, and they're not even terrible enough to make fun of. They're just bad, and it's just something that you just see and point out, oh, hey, that looks pretty bad. But yeah, and now let's talk about Kim's best friend Ron in this movie. So I don't know anything about the actor, and I am not talking about his acting ability, because I can't really judge it off this movie, because basically all he had to do was just act all hyper and geeky, and he put that off really well, so I mean, whatever. However, this guy's voice doesn't sound like Ron, so instead of getting an actor that sounds like Ron, they get a random actor and tell him to try to sound like Ron, and his accent is one of the worst accents I've seen in any movie. Like, his accent, basically his nerdy accent is so bad, it's honestly unbelievable. So yeah, but now let me get to the main problem of this movie, and that is that for a movie called Kim Possible, the main focus isn't mainly Kim Possible. There's this new character they introduce, and apparently she's lonely, she's sad and all that, and she had such a bad first day. And I will give the movie credit. I did like how Kim Possible instantly came and shut her up and tried to be friends with her, and it does fit well with Kim Possible's, you know, like, cheery but not over cheery attitude. But then they take her out on the first mission, and she's immediate. Oh, by the way, I have no idea why they take her out on the first mission. They're just like, hey, you know what? We should get this random girl we see at school involved in all this high-tech spy, dangerous things and all that. And of course, she succeeds Kim Possible in combat skill. So I was just sitting right there watching the movie, and I was like, well, only two things. Either number one, this movie is absolutely terrible, well, more terrible than I thought it was, and this makes no sense. Or number two, she is not who she says she is, and she's probably like a robot or a spy or something. And so obviously one of those came true. Spoiler alert, it's not number one. And yeah, and the main thing of this movie is just her being all cool and all that. Well, the main second half of the movie is her being cool, and then everybody's just like, oh hey, you know, it's implied that Kim Possible saved the Earth from a freaking asteroid, and she's been here and saved the Earth for all these years. But let's just immediately abandon her because, you know, she's not cool and she got schooled by this villain at one point. And let's just applaud this random girl who just, I don't know, beat this one chick in a fight. And of course, Kim Possible is all like, no, I'm supposed to be the one everyone loves. How dare someone be good at me at something? Oh my god, I hate this Kim Possible. And so, boom, and that's basically the main plot of the movie, and yeah, it obviously sucks. And speaking of stuff that sucks, let's talk about the ending. So, of course, they find out that she's a robot designed by the main villain, and she was placed there so that Kim Possible would look like a loser, even though this plan makes no sense because he has cameras around the high school, even though that's Kim Possible's first day at high school, and there's no way he could have put up all those cameras because he was in prison the entire time. And so basically she was placed there so that Kim Possible could walk over to her, and on the rare occasion of this may or may not happening, she would go and try to cheer her up, and then she would try to be her friend and then take her on the first mission. How did Draco predict any of this was gonna happen? And so yeah, and then they have this stupid fight with the green lady, and the effects look terrible, obviously. And then Draco turns into a little kid for absolutely no reason. And then the robot has a change of heart, even though that's impossible because she's a robot and she goes off of programming. And she sacrifices herself as the building explodes, except she's not dead, even though I prefer her to be. It's just her head and she's still alive. So it leaves off on this cartoony, good, everything is perfect ending to where they reprogram her to be good, even though she was already good by sacrificing herself. So I don't get how that works. She gets a new body, and boom, everything continues good, except the movie tries to sequel bait by having Draco now attending Kim Possible's school as a little kid. Wow. Okay, this movie fails for obvious reasons. Number one, the story sucks. Number two, the story sucks. Number three, the special effects suck and they shove them in the viewers' faces, and everything about this movie sucks. 2 out of 5, close to a 1. The reason I give it a 2 out of 5 is because there's probably some people who could enjoy some aspect of this. I don't know, they probably like how the new, I mean, even though Ron's voice sounds terrible, everyone was casted alright. And Draco is pretty fun in this movie, so I don't know, 2 out of 5, just consider this 2 out of 5 as close to a 1 as you can. So everybody, that was my short review of Kim Possible, and I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have, then please like and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Peace.